What's going on, Shady people? Shady Penguinn here, bringing you a brand new type of video. Before we get started, if you're excited for what you see, well, actually, you might not be excited for what you see, but let me just explain what's going on before you show some shady love to that like button. You can do that whenever you want, because without your support, I cannot keep 2 videos a day coming your way. That is what I say. Now, today we are here. As you can see, I'm on Pokemon Showdown. If you don't know what Pokemon Showdown is, you guys can learn now. Pokemon Showdown is a battle simulator in which you can create teams and battle other people with them if you don't have the game. You guys saw that I did a Showdown session with Nips, episode 2 coming out today. Now, some of you guys aren't enjoying it. Around 90% of you guys are enjoying it, so we're going to keep that going. It's not going to take the place of any series, but something that came up during that was you guys asked if I could build teams live, and I've never done that before, and I'm not the best person to do that. Nexus actually taught me how to build teams recently. Go check him out. I'm going to put his link in the description because Nexus is an awesome battler, extremely talented. You can learn a lot from his battles. So what I'm going to do is you guys know that I asked to battle you guys over Twitter, and I always try to build a new team and bring new teams. Like every 2 battles, I'm trying to bring a new team. So when I do that, from now on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually build the team first. Go have those battles and upload them consecutively. Not consecutively, like for example, today on Saturday, you're seeing this video. Later on today, you're going to see one of the Wi-Fi battles I'm going to have with this team, and then probably on Sunday or Monday, you'll see, probably Monday actually, you'll see the next Wi-Fi battle with this team. So you're going to see the team built live and how it does. And you guys in the comment section, feel free to leave suggestions of what you think I could have done differently. Perhaps you guys are better at me than building. I am very new, and it seems weird to say that, but I'm very new at strategically building teams. Basically, the way Nexus explained it, this is what you kind of want to do for all of your team building, is you want to choose one Pokemon you want the team to center around. And for me, as you can see on the screen, that is Dodrio. I am using Dodrio today, and I want that to be my focal point. Something to keep in mind, I'm going to be building mixed tier teams. I'm not going to, like, for example, you can see the Dodrio. This is also where you can find out what Pokemon are in what tier with Pokemon Showdown. You can see it says NU right there. That means he's in the NU tier. Now, I chose to build a UU team, having my NU Pokemon be the star of it, because I think the Dodrio can thrive in UU with the correct support. I don't think that it would be wise to try to verse OU Pokemon with an NU Pokemon. That's my own personal preference. Right now, I'm going to be building a UU team, but I'm going to have NU Pokemon in there that I want to use. And Dodrio is the one Pokemon I really want to use. Perhaps it can thrive in OU, but I don't think I'm there yet in skill level to try to take an NU Pokemon to OU. As fun as that might be, maybe with Sticky Web support it would help. But basically, with my Dodrio, what I did was I made it a Choice Scarf Dodrio with Early Bird, because Early Bird is always fun. I really don't like any of its other abilities because I don't plan on getting confused. And then I'm running Quick Attack, Knockoff, Brave Bird, Giga Impact. I know Giga Impact is a weird move to run, but I don't really want to run Return because I was thinking about it. Flying type, the only advantage Normal type has over Flying type is the fact that Electricity is resisted by Flying type and Normal. Otherwise, Rock resists both Normal and Flying, and so does Steel. So I didn't think there was too much of an advantage, unless I was going to get a bunch of extra power like in Giga Impact. So this is basically going to be like a very late game, or if I'm in a tough spot, move to use. Because it is Stab. Dodrio has base 110 attack, so nothing to sneeze at, and it's base 100 speed, so I decided to make mine Jolly with a positive speed nature. Forgive me as I go through this, because this is the first time I'm doing this live, so we're going to see this happen. So we have our Scarfer, which is something you usually want to have on every team. You want to have a Choice Scarf Pokemon to outspeed other things that they may not think you're going to be Scarfed. It's a good way to get an edge on the game. I almost just choked severely on my water. Forgive me. The next thing I'm going to want to look for is I'm going to want to look for a Pokemon that covers, since this is the star Pokemon, I want to try to build my core around my star. At least that's what I gathered from Nexus when we were building teams together. So, Dodrio is weak to Electricity. Wow. Ice, Rocks. Actually, you know what? I could just pull it up. To be smarter than the average bear. I'm going to pull it up on my phone because I don't want to ruin the window. Actually, you know what? No. We're going to pull it up on screen. Cerebi Dodrio, because this is literally what I do when I build a team. Dodrio X and Y. I'm not sure how much of this you guys can see. Yeah, you guys probably can't see any of it. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this window out, and I will talk to you guys about everything that I see. Teehee! Doing things on the fly. Get away, oh my gosh, Showdown with your advertisements. I mean, I'm happy for you because you need to make money because you provide a great service. Okay, Dodrio is weak to Electric, Ice, Rock. So those 3, that's it. So we want to find a good core that resists Electric, Ice, and Rock. So what resists Electric? We know that Ground is immune to Electric. I feel like Electric is a really good offensive type. So I don't know that there's going to be that many things. Let's pull up the type chart. Let's pull up the type chart together. So Electric is resisted by Grass and Electricity and Dragon. So Dragon is weak to Ice, so we're not going to want to go with that. Grass is also weak to Ice, so perhaps an Electric type Pokemon. An Electric type Pokemon would be good because Dodrio also covers the ground weakness, which is the only weakness of Electric type Pokemon. So let's look for a good Electric type that we want to use. We could use Galvantula, but it's also Bug type, and I'm not really looking for that. Maybe we can use Lantern, because Lantern would be great. It covers the Ice weakness. It resists Ice. It also can have Volt Absorb, which will take away the Electric weakness of Dodrio. And then the only thing we'll have to worry about is Rock. But I don't think Lantern. I'm almost positive Lantern is not weak to Rock at all. I would bet like a bunch of money on it because I'm right. All right, cool. So we're gonna go ahead, and because this is gonna be our core, we're gonna go ahead and make a Leftovers Volt Absorb Lantern. Looking at its stats, I actually sometimes like to do the EVs first. We're going to give it max HP so it can soak up hits, and it has better special defense, so we're going to make it a specially defensive Pokemon, and we're going to give 4 into special attack. We're going to give it a positive special defense nature with a minus attack nature. It's going to be Calm. We're going to go ahead and go for Scald. We really want coverage on this, but we also want utility. So because this is going to be part of our core, I think I'm going to go with Toxic. I'm going to give it Toxic. And Toxic, Scald. We can go ahead. We could actually opt to go for Thunder Wave over Scald, which might over Toxic, which might be nice. But I don't think we're gonna do that. Wow, Lantern can learn Sucker Punch. Nappy. I want to use a Sucker Punch Lantern on Nappy so bad now. I'm going to go ahead. I'm trying to see what else we could do. I mean, we could do a substitute Leftovers Lantern, but that doesn't really seem to work out too well, to be honest. We could even, instead of opting to go, you can't learn Recover, but you can learn Rest. We can do Sleep Talk. That would be interesting. Huh. I want to save that set, because Rest, Sleep Talk, Amnesia, and Scald would be a lot of fun. But we're not going to go for that. Instead, we're going to get Volt Switch on here because that's going to be great initiative to have. That's something else I want to talk about. Your teams, you want to try to implement Switch Initiative. U-turn, Volt Switch, moves like that hit and get you out. Definitely something worth taking into your team. So having our wall have Volt Switch, I have OCD, and we're going to have to go ahead and we're going to put Toxic on top because that's just my OCD says to do that. Toxic, Scald, Volt Switch. And the very last one, we can go Ice Beam for coverage. Considering we got the Toxic, we're going to make this Leftovers as their special wall. We have to remember that. We could opt for Assault Vest over Leftovers. But seeing as how much HP I have, I'm going to stick with Leftovers for now. We're going to try this out. We're going to nickname you, we're going to be very original and nickname you Light Bright. So that's going to be that. For our next Pokemon, we have our special wall. I want to go with our physical wall. And I already have an idea because although we have, Lantern only has, how many weaknesses does Lantern have? I want to say that it's only weak to ground. I think that's its only weakness. Ground and grass. So something that would be very well paired with Light Bright is going to be Weezing, because Weezing is an amazing physical wall, and it's immune to ground, and it resists grass. So I think right there that is a very, very, very good pairing to have, because we'll have a nice Weezing, Black Sludge with the Levitate. Right now you can see we're using a lot of lower tier Pokemon. We might actually end up making not a UU team. I might end up being an NU team, but I'm going to ask you guys for UU battles regardless. I'm going to get a couple UU Pokemon in here, don't you worry. So we're going to go a nice standard Will-O-Wisp, Sludge Bomb. Sludge Wave is actually 95, so why don't we go Sludge Wave? Let's go Sludge Wave. That's Sludge. That was not what I wanted. I want Sludge Wave. There we go. Cool. Awesome. Flamethrower for those gosh darn steel types. Plus we don't have any fire coverage just yet. And then we can go for Pain Splits. Let's go for Pain Split. Pain Split can be a pain in the butt to my opponent. So let's do that. So Weezing, we're going to name you Cough More. Because, when you're wheezing, you cough more. I don't know. So here we go. We have, as you can see on the screen, we have 2 ground immunities, which is really awesome to have because ground is one of the most offensive types in the game. Maybe not so much below OU, but you just want to prepare for it regardless. It's never bad to have immunities. Then we have immunity to electric type attacks. Immunities are a really good thing to think about too as well. So looking at this, we have we have our core. Well, we have most of our core. Nexus told me you can opt to have a triple core, where as long as 2 of your core have Switch Initiative, At least that's what I gathered from it. And I do want at least more Pokemon Switch Initiative on this team. Also, something we have to think about, we do not have a Rapid Spinner yet. So we have one Ice Weakness, one Ice Resistance. I'm thinking about putting Donphin on here to have a Rapid Spin, but I'm not really feeling that, to be honest. We could go Empoleon, but that's another grass type. Another grass type. Another water type. Trying to think who would be good on this team. Who would be good getting rid of hazards? We could go... No, not Tentacruel. That would be double. That would be double. So right now we see that the only weakness that one of our core has is... I want to talk about this more before I think about hazards. Is Psychic. So we have a Psychic weakness right now and no resistances. So a Dark type would be really nice. Not to mention Weezing resist Fighting type and Fairy type, which Dark types are weak to. So if we find a good Dark type... I'm actually thinking about going Scrafty, because we have a resistance to flying in Light Bright. I'm going to go with Scrafty as our sweeper. I'm going to name him not Callum, because he's definitely... What's Callum? And we're going to go ahead. We could actually make this part of our core. And do an Intimidate. Ooh. Oh, I like the way that sounds. All right, let's go Intimidate. Let's give you Citrus. No, you know what? Let's be smart. We could make you Assault Vest. We're going to make you Assault Vest. Oh my gosh, you're just going to be a sponge. You're going to be a sponge. We're going to give you 252 HP. No, not that much. That's a little bit too much. And then we're going to go ahead and give you 100 Special Defense and 156 Defense. Because I want this thing to be a general sponge. At this point, you're not KOing this in one shot if you don't have a Fairy type move. And we have our Weezing to worry about Fairy type, so we'll be good. And we can go ahead and give you a positive Special Defense nature because you're, there you go. Now your defenses are almost around the same. This is going to be a tough Pokemon to take out. This is going to be a tough Pokemon to take out. We're going to give you Drain Punch, Knockoff. So we have 2 knockoff users right now, which is always fun. Ice Punch, and since I'm not going Dragon Dance, let's see what else we can go. Let's see. Something, well, Fairies are a problem. So if we can predict a Fairy coming in, we're going to go Poison Jab. Yeah, we're going to go Poison Jab just to cover Fairies. That'll be nice. Scrafty has a mediocre attack, 90 attack. When uninvested, it's mediocre, but residual damage is residual damage. We can't go for any status ailment moves because we have Assault Vest. So right there, that's our core right there. Now, I need a special attacker. Really badly, I need a special attacker. So we don't have any Fire-type Pokemon yet. I'm looking at Chandelure, and Chandelure looks mighty promising because Chandelure resists fighting as well, is immune to fighting, I should say. We have something that resists water right here, and we have immunities to ground all around. We have 2 ground immunities. So having double ground weakness isn't the worst thing in the world right now because we do have the double ground immunity. I want to go ahead and say that would be good. Weak to water, weak to ghost. We have an immunity in ghost and Hyrule. Weak to dark. We have a resistance in dark and Callum. All right, I'm going to go Chandelure. Chandelure looks really good. I'm going to make you choice Specs. And I think I'm actually going to give you Flash Fire because that gives us a fire immunity, which will open up the opportunity to give us a Pokemon that's weak to fire if we want to. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right, so we're going to go Trick. We're going to go Trick, Shadow Ball, Flamethrower. And for our last move, Special Attack, let's go ahead. We could go with Psychic, but that's a pretty terrible offensive typing. Let's see. What do we got? I can't remember what I would normally run, to be completely honest with you guys. Dark Pulse. We could run Dark Pulse. Well, Dark Pulse and Shadow Ball do almost the same things. When in doubt, guys, if you're ever struggling, I always go to... I just type in the Pokemon name, Chandelure, Smogon, and I go to there and see what they have. Fire Blast, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Fighting. Hidden Power Fighting would be really good. Hidden Power Fighting would definitely be really good. Now, I'm wondering, Shadow Ball over Dark Pulse. Shadow Ball... Ghost is super effective against other Ghost types, but it's not resisted by a lot, while Dark is resisted. Plus, we have Dark coverage right here, so we're going to keep Shadow Ball. We're going to go with Hidden Power Fighting. we're going to go with Hidden Power Fighting. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but I'm not going to be using this team on Showdown. I'm going to be building this team on Wi-Fi and battling you guys. I did mention that. So Chandler, we're going to name you Chandler because that's like one of my favorite names. And we're going to give you 252, positive speed nature so you can outspeed things since you already have a choice spec. You don't need the extra damage. So looking at this here, pretty solid team. It looks like it's a pretty solid team. Although I'm a little bit afraid. That I'm missing something. We have ground resistance. Right there. We have 2 ground weaknesses, but that can't be helped right now. We have 2 ground immunity, so it's fine. We can go ahead and opt for... I need something else with initiative, with switch initiative. So something that can U-turn. Something that can U-turn or volt switch. But something that can get rid of hazards. Now, I could opt for Mew. But then we'll have 2 ghost weaknesses, 2 dark weaknesses, but we also have stuff to take care of that. Mew would not be too bad. And Mew can do whatever the heck I want it to, so that would be kind of nice. But I really would prefer... I don't want to go with Braviara because it's another flying type, normal flying type. That's lame. That's lame butter biscuits. We could go for Claydol, Ground Psychic, but that doesn't have any offensive presence. We do have 2 offensive Pokemon right now. I could go ahead and take Callum and make him offensive instead. We could go Hitmontop. That's another fighting type. I don't want that. I think I'm going to end up going Mew. The thing you got to keep in mind, guys, is when you're building a team, I don't know if I specifically mentioned this, but the way Nexus explained it to me, you have your 1 star Pokemon that you really want to use. You really want to use this Pokemon. For me, that's Dodrio. I really want to use Dodrio. So that's my star Pokemon. Then the rest of your team acts as a supporting cast. Sometimes you just have to pick the Pokemon that you know works, and then when you're in the battle, try to use your star Pokemon as best you can. So I definitely know that I do not want hazards up on the side of the field because I have both Chandler and Hyrule that get bopped by them. So we're going to definitely need something to get rid of hazards. If I was building an OU team, honestly, Scizor would fit perfectly out to this team. Scizor would fit absolutely perfect because it can get to Fog. Its only weakness is Fire, and we have a Flash Fire Chandelure. It has Initiative with U-Turn. Azelf, can you learn Rapid Spin or to Fog or anything like that? I don't think you can. I really don't think you can. I mean, you look like you should be able to spin with that head. You look like you should be able to spin, but unfortunately you cannot. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I could go Crobat. I could go Crobat. It's another flying type. Not the best of Fogger. I might just end up going Donphan and be fine with 2 ice weaknesses. I'm going to go Donphan and be fine with 2 ice weaknesses. Because we have, I believe, this Scrafty. Now you guys can see that this is kind of an extensive process. I guess normally it doesn't take this long. Wow, advertisement again. Wow, Belvita. Wow, Belvita, thanks. Normally it doesn't take me this long to build a team, I guess. Talking about it definitely doesn't help with the team building process. Scrafty doesn't resist ice. We know Chandelure and Light Bright do. We're just going to have to work around 2 ice weaknesses. We're just going to have to do that. So we're going to give myself Sturdy. I'm going to make this thing offensive. It does not have the initiative that I want, unfortunately, but I can't. Beggars can't be choosers. Right now, we're going to go with Earthquake because we actually do not have any Earthquake stab. We could probably go for a nice priority in Ice Shard. And we could actually opt to set up rocks with this thing. We really could. But since this thing is going to be offensive, I almost want to go ahead and just give it a super powerful. It learns knockoff. How am I supposed to say no to knockoff? How am I supposed to say no to knockoff? I'm going to give it Stone Edge. We don't really have any rock coverage right now. We're going to go with Stone Edge because we do not have any rock coverage on the team. We're going to give you 252 attack and 252 HP. We're going to make you adamant because that is what you do best, and we're going to give you 4 special defense because we all know that's going to matter in the long run. So, Donphan, we're going to name you, let's name you Pumbaa. I don't know how to spell Pumbaa. Pumbaa? That's definitely not how you spell Pumbaa. I think that's how you spell Pumbaa. I'm not entirely sure. Pumbaa? Pumbaa. Nope, it's with a U. You're an idiot. There we go, Pumbaa. So we got our team right here. I'm not super happy with the fact that I don't have double Switch Initiative. I only have Volt Switch. I would like to have at least one more Pokemon with Switch Initiative. And it's bothering me a lot. It's bothering me a lot. A lot. This is a really long video already. I really do want to change something on this team. I'm not feeling the fact that I only have Volt Switch. I'm really not a fan, but I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm pretty positive that I'm just going to leave it. Donphan. I mean, the typing wise, we have double water weakness, which is poop, which is real poop, but we have a water resistance. So, not really a huge fan of this double water weakness. Donphan, you're really throwing things off. Maybe I can get rid of Chandelure. No, it's one of my special attackers. It's my only super strong special attacker. We're going to leave this team like this. We're going to see how it does. We're going to have 2 battles with this team, Wi-Fi battles against you guys, the subscribers, and we're going to see how it goes. Maybe I'll have 1 battle against someone else, a YouTuber, so I'll do 2 against subscribers and 1 against YouTube. I'm not entirely sure. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you learned something, leave a like rating. If you guys want more of this, let me know in the comment section. Please let me know. Every time I build a new team, I can do this, take the time out and build a team live for you guys. I know I struggle with it. Perhaps I'll get better as I go, and that's another reason why I wanted to do this. So please let me know if you want to see more of this. Remember, these battles will not be taking place on Showdown. They will be taking place on Wi-Fi. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it shady.